December 12th. Spent a little time this morning working on the trailer here. I think I've got all the steel work done. Went ahead and welded in a couple of supports here, one across the top. That'll kind of help support the kitchen area right here. I think I'm gonna go 20 inches. I did this 2 foot on center, and there's a reason for that, mainly for the plywood. But I've got pretty much a plan here together on what to do next. I'm going to mock up where the tank goes, rip down 2x10s to 8.5, and then I'll lay it in across this way. The 2x10s should be flush with the side rails, so I'll permanently mount the tank in there, put the plywood down. Probably going to go with 3/4 Advantech. I'll run the sheets this way. That way I only need 2 sheets. And I'll have some left over, shelving or whatever. But I'll get the plywood down, notch out these corners. And then on top of the plywood, I've got these 1.5 by 1.5 boards that I ripped down today. And I'm gonna run them along the inside, along the floor of each one of these, and across the top. And I've got these floorboard screws that I'm going to use to install it. And this is what you use to put a floorboard down. These are 2-inch, so I can put 1.5 board on there and it'll get about 6 or 8 threads in there. That way I can frame out all this. When I go to put my plywood on, I'll just have wood to shoot screws in all the way around, and that way I don't have to drill and have the metal screws for that. So coming together, got a plan. Went ahead and shot a little matte black paint on there. If it's shiny, it's because it's still wet, but it's coming together. I got a door ordered. It's going to be right here. So once I get the door, I'll frame out around it. But the next thing is to get the wood in, get the floorboard down, get the tank mounted, and go from there. Well, went ahead and got things moving along. Got the wood down for the subfloor. These are ripped down to go around the water tank. I've got my basement access cut out. That's this big board right here. I'm going to end up ripping it down the middle so that I can make maybe 3 compartments, 1, 2, and then 3 across here. And this one will have storage all over, in the middle here, so that I can separate the chairs and extension cords and whatever. So got a good spot for the basement. This side storage will go all the way to the water tank bulkhead, which is this, and that's probably going to be about right here. So been working on things. I think it's coming together. This actually doesn't go here, but it fits. I'm actually going to put this, it goes back to here, fills this in. I think I'm not sold out on completely on, probably going to end up putting a bulkhead down here and leaving this for refrigerator or cooler, and putting my camp stove right here. But I've got to make a few choices here. So anyway, December the 12th, and it's about 7 o'clock. Had a little free time this evening, so I went ahead and jumped on some things.